justice was a thing, no doubt this is going to be even more of a thing. So, welcome back to Ace Attorney High School Justice. Because, no doubt, this feels more like high school than, actual high school. The last time, remember? I had to make sure. Yep, I'm still good. Okay. Last time, remember? We just started the Great Ace Attorney, otherwise known as Gyakuten Saiban. And now we're actually going to continue with the second half. No doubt it's going to be much like short in the first half. So. Oh, no. 11:38 a.m. Still in lobby 5. Well done, Naruhodo. That was fantastic. Ugh. I feel like I'm dying. I can hardly believe it. I mean, just look at you. Drenched in sweat, knees trembling, eyes darting, teeth chattering. But even in that sorry state, you still managed to grasp the truth. You're more suited for this line of work than I thought. Oh, stop it, or I'll really die of embarrassment. In any case, we finally dragged that phantom woman to the stand. Miss Giselle Brett, an exchange student from the British Empire. See, I told you there was someone else there. Dr. Watson wasn't alone at the time of the incident. There was a young woman sitting across from him. True, you did say that. At the very least, I do have confidence in my powers of observation, you know. Yeah. By the way, speaking of that lady, did you get her digits? I know the good detective helped her vanish from the crime scene. But did you really not catch any of that while it was happening? No, I can't say I did. Right as I was about to leave the restaurant, I saw that pistol by the doctor's table. Seriously! I got positive observations, but you need a tutorial on how to read. I need words! Words, come to me! Yeah, I know, right, Misaki? It's like, the fuck, dude? See? Even the outside doesn't lie. It was just lying there, begging to be picked up. The next thing I knew... Wait. It was just lying there, begging to be picked up? Dude! The first thing you do before you do anything else is you look to the side. You look to the right, to the left. You do the dirt daring, man. You do the dirt daring. That's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to do this. You don't just pick something up just because it's begging to be like, no, you do this. You know where your surroundings are. And if you gotta pick it up, Have something on hand that will cover your fingerprints or not have your prints on it. That's the one thing you just don't do. Before I could figure out where the gunshot had come from, that waiter suddenly charged me like a madman. Then he shoved me into the kitchen pantry. It sounds like a brilliant arrest. Just what I expect from a trained detective. As for what happened at the crime scene afterwards, well, I have absolutely no idea. Hello again. Excellent work out there, you two. Ah! Professor Mikatoba! It appears my hunch was correct. The two of you make a fine team. In fact, you're faring better than I expected. I know it. This was all part of your scheme, wasn't it, Professor? You plotted to remove me from his defense. This country's so young. Its legal system even younger. As such, it is particularly valuable for our nation to have our brightest youth scouring the globe. Where in the world is Carmen San Diego? I intervene only to prevent the possibility that your trip to study abroad could be revoked. And yet, Professor, if I turn out to be a pathetic man who can't even save his best friend, then I will withdraw from the exchange program myself. Huh? You can't do that! Oh, but he can. I thought you might say something like that. Asogi. That means everything rests on your shoulders then. Eh? Mine, sir? Prove your innocence and expose the truth behind this matter. I would love to learn what really happened. After all, I can't say that I'm completely unaffected by this incident. Come to think of it, Professor Mikatoba mentioned that earlier, didn't he? Professor, could it be that you're acquainted with the victim? Why, yes, I was. The one who formerly invited the late John H. Watson to teach as professor was none other than myself. Huh? Are you serious? It's my first time hearing about this too. This is my first time hearing about this too. Whatever the case may be, you both have your work cut out for you. The murder victim was a professor from Britain. His name holds great sway. Thus, our government hopes to convict someone as swiftly as possible. What's more, the opponent we're about to face is someone the Imperial Police tried to cover up. A British student, and a lady at that. I suspect the prosecution will unleash all manners of underhanded tactics against you. But I know you two are prepared to fight until the bitter end. Hang in there. Yes, sir! Ah, that reminds me. I would like for you to return to the university immediately. We may have some use for you over there. Understood. Kazuma, I wish you the best. Defend it! Race is the ending! Head back to the courtroom at once! It's time. I'm counting on you again, partner. Let's cut the nonsensical ramblings of these old men to pieces. Hey, Sogi? Yes. Thanks. I mean it. Come on. No need to be so courteous. Seriously, if you hadn't put your faith in me, I'd have been declared guilty a long time ago. I have faith in you, not only as a man, but also as both an attorney and friend. Sogi. If I'm declared guilty in this trial, Sogi really will give up his trip abroad. That's just the sort of guy he is. I'm not the only one whose fate is at stake in this battle. No matter who the opponent is, I can't afford to lose. I guess you're right. I'll save my gratitude for after the trial. Get ready to treat me to the usual beef hot pot at the cafeteria when this is over. At least he has standards about this. I'm like, you know what? Beef hot pot at the cafeteria? Hell yeah, it's on. Extra large serving, of course. $12:09 p.m. let's get just, I mean. コトクの質問トライアルユナスケなるほど。Prosecutor Ochi, I'll go search for our Noki witness.
Huge Honor! She has responded to the summons. Thanks to a certain little brat, our government was scrambling to complete the task.
Sorry about that. Responding in a timely manner is their job, not ours. I fail to see the problem.
This uproar has surely soured our relationship with the British Empire. You've jeopardized not only the treaty, but also our nation's future.
I'm so sorry. A treaty formed with an easily agitated empire isn't worth the paper it's written on. I repeat, I fail to see the problem.
I beg your pardon.
He really is simping, dude. He's simping hard. Ochi's just making that ouchie a bit more. A secret trial to appease a foreign government. Sloppy investigation. Hidden witness. Where has our nation's sense of justice gone? To which empire does this court belong?
Silence! Know your place, student! You children know nothing of the precarious position our nation's in. For us to stand one day among the powers, profound political strategies needed. Our path forward shall be paved by diplomacy.
Well, I may be an average student who knows little to nothing about politics. I can feel the truth of Asogi's words just by standing here in this court. Yeah, really. That's all he's doing. He's kissing that ass. Yeah, that's right. You keep kissing that ass. An empire with no justice has no future also. That's what I believe. Well said, Naruhodo. Shifty eyes and all.
Damn you!
Yo, Karo! as our empire's highest bastion of law, this Supreme Court exists for sake of justice. Let us resume trial. Court calls next witness to stand. Bring in exchange student from British Empire, Miss Giselle Brett.
Yes. Hi!
Oh my god!
Oh, greetings, greetings. You must have endured quite the journey. Welcome to Japan.
Swan Lake. Quick! Someone fetch tea! Proper British greeting begins and ends with black tea. Sir, you're not... Is that true? Is that true? Don't know. Don't care.
11 witness, would you please grace us with your name and occupation?
Yes, sir. My name is Satoru Hosanaga. I'm currently working undercover.
I wasn't talking to you!
Ladies first! Proper British greeting always begins and ends with lady. Ooh, seriously.
Is that true?
Don't know, still don't care. More importantly, do you remember what you said earlier? One thing I do have confidence is in my own observational skills, was it? Oh, right, I might have said that. Yet all you could describe her as was a young woman. Sure, you're not actually blind as a bat, Naruhodo. I have no rebuttal.
Anyway, let us start over.
Rebut all!
Witness, your name and occupation, if you please. I am Carmen Sandiego. Bienvenue.
Translator! Milady, pardon my rudeness, but Kangen? Sorry, I should not tell you, please. Do you think I say first? Oh, say first one time. She says her name is Giselle Britt. She hails from London. At present, she is a research exchange student in Imperial Yunmei's medical program.
Ooh, your English is so pleasing to the ear, milady. Even though I understood not a word, I am entranced by the beauty of your voice.
From what I can hear, we can trust the detective to interpret her testimony accurately. Yeah, I agree. You're making me gag, sir, really. You're making us all gag. Looks like all that prep work you did to study abroad in Britain won't go to waste. As for you, Naruto, it seems your time in the English department isn't just for show. Now then, esteemed witness. Apologies for the inconvenience, but we would like you to testify. Since it's in front of a lady, they're talking real astute, and what they are doing is just bringing out the fakeness of English. 3 days ago, at the scene of the terrifying murder in La Quantos, you were sharing a table with the late Dr. Watson. Is that correct? She says yes. This is going to get annoying fast. This exchange student doesn't even speak our tongue. She says she had to vacate the scene due to an emergency. She deeply apologizes. She had to return to the university for an important research symposium. Some cheek you have for someone who personally let her escape. I was simply following the special orders issued to me by police headquarters.
Do excuse me, my lady. Could you take a look at this photograph? When the incident occurred, you were unfortunately at the scene of the crime. Does that mean you bore witness to the crime with those beautiful eyes of yours? Oh, God.
She says it was a most sad and terrifying spectacle to behold. So, she did see it after all. Yes, Your Honor. It seems that she indeed witnessed the crime unfold. The defendant over there. He's the one who shot the victim. That is her testimony of the moment of the crime. It's like, the fuck. Order in the court.
There you have it, Your Honor. This is incriminating testimony.
Now I get it. That woman is our true opponent.
Yeah?
As much as pains me to say this, witness, please give us your testimony. Describe to us this sad and terrifying spectacle. Versus Carmen Sandiego. That day, I had joined Dr. Watson for a rather late lunch. The doctor was unable to eat, so I ordered a beefsteak for myself. The accused came over to greet the doctor, but they quickly began to argue. Then, before my very eyes, the student took the doctor's pistol and shot him.
meistern fast något snett.
I was not carrying a firearm, so it is impossible for me to have committed the crime. That's what I feel about that.
I swear I never argued with the doctor! Quit your yammering! The word of a black-hearted villain, or the word of a pure-hearted boy?
Sir, I am Koji Kabuto! Sir!
Which do you think we trust? Even a scoundrel like you should know!
Naruhodo. Haven't you learned your lesson? Nothing's going to change if you keep raising your hand without thinking.
I'm just so frustrated!
Shortly thereafter, I arrived on the scene. When I relayed the testimonies of this lady and the 2 previous witnesses to headquarters, it was concluded that she had no relation to the incident. Thus, she was sent home. Now, if only those testimonies were legitimate. In any case, this lady is wearing the same outfit she wore on the day of the incident. As you can see, there is no place in which she could have concealed a pistol. Oh, please. There be a place she could conceal a pistol.
I think you can hide a single pistol just about anywhere, though.
Seriously.
Unless you can indicate this hiding place to us, what you're spouting is mere conjecture.
This dress has no pockets. There is nowhere to hide a pistol. Bullshit! That is what she says. I'd like to turn that woman upside down and give her a good shake just to check. I bet you would! You'd better not be thinking of getting violent, Naruhodo.
Come on, I didn't fire the gun I found, so there must have been another one.
Exactly. That lady must have concealed it somehow. Well, let's see. It's easy to conceal a pistol right by usually the boot. All you would have to do is just basically lower the pant leg. If it's something like a Derringer, boom, pull that shit out real quick. At least that's what we need to prove. And to do that, we have to destroy her testimony no matter what. She has red eyes. Very well, defense. Court orders you to begin cross-examination. Hi! The sad and terrifying spectacle. Unable to eat. You're referring to the professor's visit to the Hoda Clinic, right? That is correct.
You didn't even ask her first.
Incidentally, was the lady aware of that visit?
That's what I thought.
Yes, she heard about the tooth extraction the day of. That means you were the one who ate the beefsteak after all. That is correct. This photograph reveals how the scene looked at the time. Sad and terrifying. At the time, huh?
Indeed, what a tragedy! To have ventured out to this far eastern island only to be embroiled in a murder case. I, Ochi, shall become a vengeful god and sink my fist into the criminal's face.
Oh, please, Ochi. You're gonna be the one feeling the ouchie, okay? You see, the three of us here do not like your face. We do not even like how you even look. I take it the late Dr. Watson didn't ingest anything then? I'd add an extra 0 to that, 40, 1,000. You know, just to make sure. Yes, with the exception of carbonated water. You know, we just want to make sure every bit of that target is hit. You want to make sure, so just add that little extra, that little something extra for you. Carbonated water, soda, caustic soda. As though he could not eat, he could at least have a drink. So the two of us made a toast, she says. A toast with carbonated drinks. Huh. So what did you think of that testimony? It has meaning. I believe there's deeper meaning to the lady's testimony.
Oh, what should I? And what meaning would that be, pray tell?
When the time is ripe, the meaning shall reveal itself. The defense requests that the witness' last statement be added to a testimony.
Ha! Clever thing.
Now then, my lady, would you please add statement to your testimony for us?
Gladly.
She says. Nice, Asogi. I'll remember those words. Which words? When the time's ripe. What a convenient phrase. Could you take this a little more seriously, Naruhodo? Okay, there we go. The professor and I made a toast using carbonated water in wine glasses. Let's have another go on how. That's it! I'd like to confirm something about this photograph. Jesus! That's all I can say. Wait, he turned water into wine. The lady herself just told us that the spectacles shown in this photograph was exactly how the scene looked at the time. That is correct. Except that's, strange. Really strange.
The only strange thing here is your inability to properly slam that desk.
What is so strange about this photograph?
I'm referring to the toast that they made.
The toast? The lady said she made a toast with carbonated water in wine glasses.
But if that were the case, the table should have 2 glasses on it.
Oh! You are right. There is only single wine glass.
No matter how you look at it, that's just a trivial matter. How can a single wine glass have any impact on the case?
Trivial, you say. Even if it was the police that hit a glass to deflect suspicion from the lady. What rubbish. I would never perform such a foolish act.
Then shouldn't there be 2 wine glasses? I mean, think about it. They made a toast!
Yes, I suppose you have a point. While posing as a waiter, I brought 2 wine glasses to their table, but... Detective! What did she just say? Evidently, the one who removed the wine glass was none other than Miss Giselle Brett herself.
What?
I was so profoundly shaken by the events that had transpired before my eyes that I concealed the fact that I was there against my better judgment. Why?
Sorry. See? It was a trivial matter after all.
Excuse me?
Lest we forget, her fellow countryman was murdered before our very eyes.
Hey, Gold, how's it going, man?
You cannot blame her for hiding 1 or 2 wine glasses under such duress.
That's absurd!
Or perhaps you dare condemn this fair form beauty's sense of playfulness?
What? Oh, please. You can't just dismiss something like this as mere playfulness. By the way, how exactly did she hide the wine glass?
As well as first nice, don't shout what I say.
She says she placed it in a small handbag she was carrying. Her handbag, a fashionable pouch in which ladies of the British Empire store personal items. Thank you.
With this, we'll establish that the lady took the wine glass from the scene. However, said wine glass is irrelevant to the case at hand. This evil student is very grasping at straws. The court has no need for any more of his misleading accusations.
Indeed, now that we know why Lady took wine glass, we must agree that it has no bearing on case at hand. Understood, attorney? But, I wonder. At this rate, we wish to press this issue any further. We must first prove why it is worthy of discussion.
Yeah.
Miss Brett whisked the glass away in her handbag, so the crucial question here is... the handbag. Hold on a minute. She put the wine glass in her handbag?
Indeed. Nothing strange about that. Every lady in the British Empire owns a handbag, you know.
Yep, but the handbag is a hiding place. Hey, that's where ladies hide their mace.
As I recall, Miss Brett made a certain claim earlier. This dress has no pockets. There's no place for me to hide a pistol. However, we now know she had a handbag. Wasn't it possible for her to hide a pistol in that handbag?
Oh! Way to go, partner. I knew you noticed that contradiction.
What do you mean by that, you dirty little...
It's simple. The defendant, Naruhodo Yunosuke, picked up a fallen pistol and then heard a gunshot. Since he did not pull the trigger of the pistol in his hand, there must have been another one. Another gun that was the true murder weapon. You got me! Detective! Yes, all he's doing is like... This is all he's doing. You slam a desk like... Like that. You slam a desk like that. That's what you're supposed to do. It's like he needs to learn how to slam it. He needs to know how to give the desk a firm talking to. I really want to move my mic over to where it normally is, but yeah.
Detective,
Yes.
did you investigate the contents of Miss Brett's handbag?
No. I did not expect it. Mia Fey happens to be Phoenix's partner in the first game. She was murdered by Frank Solid. Woman had legs that could kill. And a bust to match. Oh, God. She was only seen in flashback, though.
Knew it. In other words, the other gun, the true murder weapon, could have been hidden in Miss Brett's handbag. Understand?
Hold down the court!
Detective, I demand an explanation!
Of what, Prosecutor Olshi?
How could you fail to give that handbag a thorough inspection? How could you fail to give that handbag a thorough inspection? This lady has been forced to put up with false accusations due to lack of due diligence.
You did it, partner. You've created to tear down her facade.
You really think so?
Please pop a Ricola, sir.
My goodness. You have no faith in the Imperial Police. I see. It is true. I did not check the contents of the lady's handbag because there was no need to do so. What do you mean? I must thank the student attorney over there. He has reminded me of a piece of evidence that I forgot to show to the court. This here photograph. I took this photograph as a precaution after the incident occurred. As you can see, Miss Brett's handbag was captured in this picture.
What?
You can clearly see the inside of her handbag.
You can see inside of her handbag.
Exactly, Your Honor. This handbag was woven from leather, a material popular among high-class Londoners. My word, its contents are out on full display. Hence, there was no need to inspect it after all. If there was a pistol inside, it would have stood out immediately.
No, her hat just spells dinner.
The lack of a pistol is proof of Miss Brett's innocence. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present this young student.
Ugh. No! Order! Order! Detective, I order you to hand over that photograph as evidence.
As you wish, Your Honor.
I hereby conclude cross-examination of witness. Court believes that with this photograph, all relevant evidence is at hand. As long as there are no issues with this photograph, all doubts surrounding this case have been cleared. Now, time to render verdict.
In other words, there is but one conclusion. There was no one capable of committing the crime except for the student prostrated on his desk.
Ugh. No. I thought we were about to make a great turnabout. Instead, we were shut down before we could even gain traction. Asogi? I'm sorry, Naruhodo. Hmm? Now that the cross-examination's over, we have no way of prolonging this trial.
What? Then the verdict will be... You put up a good fight for a starry-eyed student, I'll give you that. However, resistance is futile in the face of fair judgment. Reflect on that fact to your heart's content from the comfort of your cell.
Is this the end? Am I really going to be jailed for a crime I didn't even commit? And what about Asogi? He'll be forced to give up his dream of studying abroad. Hey, Asogi. What is it, Naruhodo? Are we really out of options? You heard the judge. As long as there is no issues with that detective's photograph, the trial cannot continue. It's over. Yokaro, court shall proceed to deliver judgment.
It appears that we can report back to the British Empire without further delay.
Damn it! I will now announce verdict. Please wait, Your Honor! Naruhodo, you should hold off on passing verdict.
are you going on about now? Once the trial is over, a conclusion is reached, the judge hands down the verdict. That is the most fundamental rule that governs the Supreme Court. But His Honor clearly said, as long as there are no issues with this photograph, all doubts surrounding this case have been cleared. Now it is time to render a verdict. Therefore, in the event that there's a huge issue with the evidence, the trial must go on! Are you delusional? The only purpose of this photograph was to show the items in her handbag. How could there be any issue with it? I understand defense's concern. It is true. We have yet to examine this photograph closely. However, I cannot imagine what additional clues may lie within handbag. Ha! As if anything like that would exist! I am sick and tired of this dude's desperate proclamations. Come on, I'm not that desperate. I just know there's something about this photograph that stands out. Yo, Caro! We will grant defense one last opportunity. Come again? This trial may or may not end immediately, depending on what you have to say. Understood. Yes, Your Honor. In photograph that Detective Hosanaga submitted evidence. Please proceed to point out significant problem in photograph. I'm looking at it, aren't you? That's just it, the arm. Please take a look right here. Fireworks are going off. It's pandemonium in the streets. Court is still in session, Your Honor. On the victim's wrist, you can see a mysterious scar. Indeed. It looks like burn. I was wondering what you might blurt out in your desperation, but really, that has absolutely nothing to do with the lady's handbag, does it? That is indeed a scar from a burn. Could you elaborate, Detective? The police had noticed the burn as well during the inspection of the corpse. However, since it had nothing to do with the case of death, the cause of death, it was left out of the records. That would only be fair, because even establishing precisely when the victim suffered the burn would be impossible to begin with. The more I look at this, the more I think that there's something strange about this scar. But Prosecutor Ochi is correct, as long as there's no clear connection to this case.
I do not see any further need to investigate this burn mark.
Does it?
Unfortunately, Your Honor, the time for her to dine with officials of the university is fast approaching. If it is alright, the witness would like to kindly request that she be allowed to leave.
Oh, but of course, that is not a problem at all. I would kiss her ass any day of the week. Your Honor, please, let us hand down the verdict at once.
Naruhodo, explain yourself. Are you saying that this burn mark is somehow related to this case? To tell you the truth, I don't really know that myself, but if I just stand idly by, it's all over for me. No matter what, I have to keep pushing forward, even if I'm grasping at straws. Yeah, you're right.
Asogi!
If we can prove a connection between this burn mark and the incident at hand, we may be able to wrench open a door that was once locked to us.
What? No! There's no way you can possibly pull that off!
We cannot afford to waste time listening to baseless conjecture. In other words, all we need to do is show you evidence, Your Honor. The proof that links the burn mark to this incident. That is correct. Truth be told, I had overlooked this mysterious burn mark. However, the moment you pointed out in the photograph, I did not overlook the sudden darkness that overtook the witness' face. What? My only option is to establish a connection between the burn mark and the crime. This is really important. I can't mess it up. I have to find the evidence that will reveal the truth behind the burn mark. Now, I order the defense to present evidence to court. What evidence establishes connection between burn mark and this case? If we won this, it's this. Ooh, nice. What we're looking at here that's the only thing I just don't like about this. But what we're looking at This is the same photograph from before. I think photographs really are an extraordinary invention that are easily overlooked by the untrained eye. Can be recorded eternally for all to see.
And what are you getting at? Tell us what we're supposed to see. I can't allow your needless charades to waste any more of my lady's time.
No, I'm showing what it was. I hope you'll be willing to grace us with your presence for just a while longer, miss. The connection we're looking for is very cleverly shown in this photograph. Why did the victim have such a mysterious burn mark on his body? What was the cause? The cause.
A bluff as obvious as that won't work on me. You would do well to present your evidence immediately.
That's easy. What we're looking at, this is what we're looking for. The plate itself.
The beefsteak?
The beefsteak isn't the important part. It's the iron plate under the meat. It's like right there. Like, oh, that mark. How did he get the mark? That's how I got the mark. That's what I was looking at. It's like, that's the reason why it was showing. That's the reason why that magnifying glass was there. It's like, you see that right there? You see that right there? See, that's what they're showing you. The plate.
What's the matter, Your Honor?
This iron plate bears a certain insignia. It's safe to assume that this is the symbol La Quantos. The insignia on this iron plate and the shape of the victim's burned mark are a perfect match. Gosh! Naruhodo, you're really something else. He is right. Therefore, we can assume that the victim received the burn mark at La Quantos.
But even if that may be true, that doesn't mean he was burned on the day of the murder. Surely it was on the day before the crime, or on the day before the murder, or the other unrelated day.
Well, you see, bad news, Professor Ouchi. The chances of that are terribly low. Yep, that's what happened. Asogi?
But why would that be?
Look at how clearly the burn shows on his skin. A burn like this would have sent the restaurant into an uproar. Detective Hosonaga, what are your thoughts? An injury of such severity could not possibly slip by without causing a bit of a fuss.
But...
The wound appears to be fresh. He was burned recently. And while the wound is indeed small, it has left a distinct burn mark.
That means this was an especially severe burn. And what does that mean for us? For example, oh yes, let me give you the conditions that would have to be present for a burn like that to form. You would have to press against a hot surface for at least 3 seconds at 90 degrees Celsius. One probably wouldn't be able to help, but let out scream from pain. I've been undercover at La Quantos for weeks, and I have never heard any screams like that. As a waiter of the restaurant in question, I can confidently assure you that. Wait, shoot! Focusing on your detective work! Indeed! That's why this is so strange! I agree with Detective Hosonaga. If you were to press your skin down on such a hot plate, you would have cried out in pain. It's just human instinct. But the detective didn't hear any screams. What's even stranger, on that day I didn't hear anything like that either. What? If he had just accidentally dropped his hand on the hot plate for 3 seconds, can you really call accident if you leave it there for 3 seconds? At the time, the witnesses were me, the soldier, and the antique shop dealer. Needless to say, all of us would have heard a scream if it had happened. Isn't that right, prosecutor?
Huh? Well, yes, that's true.
Then it begs the question, why did none of us hear Dr. Watson scream?
Naruhodo! What are you getting at?
I can't believe this. Even I had no idea we would reach this kind of conclusion. But it seems that all of us may have fallen victim to an inconceivable trap. I can only think of one possible explanation for this contradiction. When the professor burned his wrist, he was already dead. Omae wa shinderu. Even when his wrist was pressed onto the hot iron plate, he still managed to be silent. A scenario like that would be impossible. That is, if we ignore the obvious implication. Obvious implication.
Oh, you mean?
Yes, he must have already been dead.
Already?
Dead?
There's no other way to see it at this point. On that day when the beefsteak was brought to Dr. Watson's dining table, the doctor was already dead.
What? No! How? Ataka!
Order! 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 Just what in heaven's name does this mean? Haven't we been operating on assumption that victim was killed by gunshot?
Indeed, so, Your Honor! Don't be misled! That stew's outrageous claims are nothing but nonsensical attempts to twist the truth!
The one twisting the truth is you, prosecutor.
How so?
We've established the time when the doctor burnt his wrist at La Quantos. The reality of this incident has already changed completely. Do you not understand?
Your Honor, we demand further testimony. If the victim had been dead before long the sound of that gunshot, then there's a possibility that the witness knew about that fact. Jezebel. I get her name. I actually do. Jezebel. Like Jezebel. Jezebel. She's a Jezebel. This beyond... Why is this imagination? I never would have thought that this trial would be twist after twist. I'm sorry to ask this of you, Miss Brett. But you have to give up on prior arrangements.
Are you mad?
While country's judicial system may still be immature, we cannot pass verdict when so many clear doubts remain. Your Honor. Saiban. Did she just laugh?
Yes, of course. Yes, I'll happily consent to your demands. For the sake of your empire and mine, for the friendship we share with the Empire of Japan.
Oh, Miss Brett, did you just speak Japanese?
Certainly I know the language. What kind of exchange student doesn't?
Then why did you need an interpreter?
Queen's English. English is the most beautiful language of all.
Queen's language? So all I read was chicken scratch the entire time.
A lady would never stoop to dirtying her lips with other ugly languages unless she had to.
Oh, that is some bull! English is the most jacked up of all languages because if you live here long enough, you can easily fuck up the language so easy. Yeah, she is a racist cunt. She really is.
It would seem that gentlemen in this land want for a chivalrous spirit. As such, I am left with no choice but to speak for myself.
You really are a proper British lady.
The extent of our goodwill spreads as wide as the great ocean.
Very well. Miss Brett, court requests that you give additional testimony. Tell us what you know of circumstances surrounding victim's death.
Merci.
So she's finally willing to speak for herself. This is where a fight really begins, Naruhodo. The victim's death.
Unfortunately, I do not know when the doctor burned himself. I simply enjoyed my beef steak and shared a toast with him in a bit. I heard the postmortem states that he was killed with a gun. What else can I say? If there exists a way to kill without leaving a trace, then show it to me. But your inexperienced investigators couldn't possibly produce any new evidence, surely?
That was the most beautiful testimony that has ever graced this court.
You're giving her way too much praise. I hope this to be the final time I am forced to speak in this barbaric language. I do sincerely apologize if I have offended you.
You have offended me. You have offended people around the world, you racist cunt.
Yet don't be blessed with such words fills me with joy. I knew all along that the burn mark had nothing to do with it.
Unless, for some reason, the arm was dragged, but I doubt it.
I am sure your Minister of Justice would love to hear all about today's trial. Minister of Justice! I'd like to see that the bothersome hoodlum of a student over there receives an increased punishment for his unsubstantiated accusations. Amen.
Huh? Wow. Thanks. Did you just say amen? Speaking of bothersome, we are ready for the next cross-examination. I am sure you have already noticed that this bothersome hoodlum is actually quite exceptional. You shouldn't need reminding that this will be your final chance at cross-examination. Should there be no issues with following testimony, then this truly will be conclusion of trial. Do you understand, attorney? Hell yeah! Hey! Well then, Yokaro, you may proceed with cross-examination. One, two, three, four. Five. What exactly do you mean by inexperience?
In the British Empire, all evidence left at the scene is preserved and investigated by police. But in this country, investigations are one and done affairs, correct? Yes, La Quantos is running business as usual today! That's why, even in the situation, even if the situation changes, you wouldn't be able to file new evidence.
Oh, I saw that.
And your experienced investigators did not find a single shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, you will. Don't worry about it, man. Alright, man.
Isn't it nice? Just so, how do I say this? Magnanimous. That hit right where it hurts. Those words sting, my lady.
Somehow, that prosecutor feels like he's trying to act like a big shot. I'm pretty sure it's just your imagination. Though, Giselle's testimony for just a moment, I feel like something was trying to jump out at me. What do you think, Naruhodo?
I can't do it!
No matter how much I press her, I can't get anything useful. That's no surprise. She's clearly very stubborn. But if we don't take action now, this cross-examination's over. No! Can't I find even a single clue? Is it really impossible to tear down that foreign bell's testimony? Hey, Asogi. What is it, not a world? There's actually one thing that bothers me. What bothers you? Is it that lady? No, it's not her. It's the one next to her. Detective Hosonaga. The detective. In that last testimony, I feel like his reaction was pretty unusual. Maybe if I point out the good detective's reaction, he'll spill the beans. That's it! I've got an idea! Try pressing that lady's final statement one more time. This time our target isn't that stoic lady, but rather that detective standing next to her. Oh, I understand. Oh God, really? Soki might be onto something. I'll try pressing her last statement one more time. Three, 4, 5. That's it! The detective reacted to Giselle's testimony! Up until a short while ago, the detective was on the witness stand as her interpreter. But now the situation has changed completely. Detective Hosonaga is now in a position to listen to her testimony. Maybe this is the chance we've been waiting for. What do you mean? Whenever someone takes the stand to testify, they try not to show any weaknesses. However, when listening to someone else's words, they let their guard down. I see. He's completely lost in thought. Now, why don't we try questioning that detective? Question him. Naruhodo, have a look at the bottom screen. The bottom screen. Right now, the lady's testifying is our focus. If we slide this cursor, we can look at someone else. Then, while you're looking at another person, the option to question will appear. Pushing them while their guard is down might give you some new information. If anything seems strange, don't hesitate to change your focus. Remember that. First, slide the cursor and look at the detective. And then question. Alright. Let's give it a go. That's why if the situation changes, you will be able to find a new case. Yeah, it's new. It's something different. Is there? It's a new gimmick. It's like the cycle lock was like enhanced. I think it's more like the cycle lock. That's what it feels like. God! What is it? What all over? think I would startle you that much. That's what it feels like, though. Even though I've never played the other games, but it feels like it's another gimmick, though. But yeah, it is something like that. That's what it feels like. That's why I said after this I'm going to jump into different versions of the Ace Attorney series. Wow, I completely bypassed this defenses? This technique's more powerful than I thought. Now, it seemed like you were deep in thought about something. Maybe the lovely lady next to you helped you remember something? If there's anything you'd like to say, please tell us.
Just what is this? Did you forget who's testifying right now? If you have no problem with what she said, then this cross-examination's over.
Oh, okay. That's not going to fly.
What now?
As long as he's still on the stand, Detective Hosonaga still qualifies as a witness. Also, he's directly related to the case, too. Detective Hosonaga. Yes, Your Honor. Is there anything you wish to say in regards to the testimony just now? Very well then, if Your Honor must ask, I do believe I have something to say. It is true that the Imperial Police investigations are still inexperienced compared to Britain. But I myself, Hosonaga, I live by my motto, if you plan to investigate, do it to the utmost perfection. Perfection. Therefore, I, myself, Hosonaga, took from the crime scene everything I could get my hands on, all in the name of crime scene preservation. Call me a crime scene thief if you must, but I still did it. You're a crime scene thief? Her insults must have struck a nerve somewhere deep within you, Detective. For example, this! This is the bottle of carbonated water I brought to the victim's table that day. Now, 3 days later, it was just regular water. But this was once carbonated water. Let no one say otherwise. It looks like there's still some water left in that bottle. I swear, in this imminent new age, our country's police will become the world's best. I, Hosonaga, believe that from the bottom of my heart. I don't understand witness himself, but I certainly understood his claim. Court accepts that beautiful glass bottle as evidence. Okay. If I may, Miss Brett. Is this without doubt what victim was drinking with you on that day? Yes, that very glass bottle. I feel like just now it looked like she tried to avert her eyes. Very well then. Let us get back to cross-examination. Detective, please try to keep yourself together. What if I were to do this? Apparently. Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious? I know, right? It's doing it, but I don't see it. Okay, so apparently the game straight up borked itself. We don't know what just happened because the game just... Yeah, the game just borked itself. Wow. Wow, when the game just don't really... I mean, I could try it. Well, let's see if I can try this. Restart. I can still save and reload. I did not know that was going to happen. This is messed up, wow. what? I'm gonna do this. Considering that this may take a while, I'm gonna do a smart thing. Because, knowing where it is and where we are, I'm going to save this for next time. Because this is getting too good. And where we are, oh, this is going to be too good. So I'd rather not just try and run through everything again a second time, which we've already been through it. So, in that case, next time in its entirety, we'll actually deal with the second half proper, so that way we can actually move on to what'll happen next. That sounds like a fair and honest plan, so therefore, next time, most likely Wednesday. If not Wednesday, next Sunday. We'll be back to this, and most likely we'll be back to normal Ace Attorney investigations. So with that, thanks for coming out and stopping by, and I will see you next time. So join me next time when we get back into this.